Hi hamster lovers and welcome to Pancake's channel. Today I'm going to be setting up the song mix playpen to use as a hamster cage for Pancake. Lately he's been chewing on his water bottle and also the bars at the top of his cage, which is a stress behaviour. This behaviour carried on for about 3 weeks. It's a sign he's bored because he doesn't have enough mental stimulation. In this time I tried adding more enrichment, more toys, more herbs, more sprays, but he still kept on doing it. I also tried adding more bedding, but he wouldn't burrow and he still was chewing. Eventually I came to the conclusion that I think he would be happier with a larger space. His original cage was the Zoo Zone 2, which is 775 square inches. This cage isn't particularly small and it's the minimum enclosure size in Germany. The song mix playpen is 1180 square inches. You can make it larger, but I don't have the space. That means that this cage is 405 square inches more than the original one. If your hamster is a big chewer, I wouldn't recommend using this. It's made of pretty flimsy plastic, so I'm going to make sure to supervise Pancake to make sure he doesn't try and escape. I also duct taped over the gaps in between the panels. The gaps weren't that large, but I just wanted to make sure no bedding leaked out. It was also to prevent Pancake from chewing through it. In Pancake's enclosure he has 8 inches of aspen bedding. I added all of the bedding from the old enclosure into the new enclosure. This is so he had a familiar scent when he returns to his new habitat. Then I just sifted through his dust and calcium-free reptile sand and put everything back into the enclosure as well as some new accessories. I strongly recommend creating a lid for the enclosure if you have any other pets. Also to prevent objects from falling into the enclosure or your hamster from escaping. I did add some plexiglass over the top after filming. Pancake's wheel is 11 inches and I also added some grapevine wood, a cork log, some sprays and also some eco-earth down in that box. I recommend putting some tunnels into the substrate. These act as burrow starters to encourage your hamster to burrow. Then I attached the water bottle using some velcro to this side of the enclosure. Now I'm going to scatter feed some herbs as well as some dandelion and nettle roots, which are good for your hamster to gnaw on. This is Pancake's food mix, which I scattered around the enclosure. This keeps them busy as they have to forage to find it. Hamsters have 16 teeth that grow continuously throughout their life, so they need wood to gnaw on. This is the final result for the enclosure. It is 1180 square inches. The original enclosure was 775 square inches. So that makes this 405 square inches more than the original enclosure. Now let's put Pancake into the enclosure and see what he thinks. Even though hamsters are tiny creatures, they can run up to 6 miles a night. If they don't have enough space to run, they can develop health problems. And this can also impact their mental health. The size of an animal shouldn't determine how much space they need. It's also important to note that not all hamsters will be happy in the minimum sized enclosure, or even a cage considered large. It's also important that no matter what sized enclosure you have enough enrichment. If you have a cage that's under the minimum, I strongly recommend upgrading it. I'm not saying you have to, but it would definitely improve the welfare of your hamster. You can check out my video all about hamster cages to find out more about hamster cage minimums. It will be linked in the description below and in the iCards above. That's the end of this week's video. Thank you so much for watching. Before getting a pet, it's really important to research lots about them. Please like, comment and subscribe. Bye!